Hey guys, I'm finally gonna talk about the Melanie Martinez situation, which this topic I have a lot of information and history on. I've been um, openly advocating for Timothy for over a year, kind of just whenever the allegations resurfaced, and I kind of like built my entire Pinterest account on that a little bit. And that's I know the video is mad long, guys. I didn't think it was gonna get that long. It's my longest video, and honestly, as the video progresses, I get more and more blunt and unfocused, and I guess I just get more tired, and I get brain rotted from seeing Melanie fans in my comment section on Pinterest. So I I I I got yeah. Can you just watch as long as you can handle? I guess more than a minute, because some of y'all really only watch a minute, and it's so sad. Because I have things to say, and nobody wants to listen. I get it. By the way, I just want to come out and say this whenever I'm discussing um, allegations against Timothy and supposedly bad things that she's done. If it sounds like I'm like dismissing them or just like not taking them to heart or just being like, well, that's obviously not true. I don't actually mean it. I'm just coming here to say, um, I'm not promoting Timothy if those things are true, which I haven't really been able to find anything that does. But if anyone can actually tell me where those claims are coming from, I would love that. Just by the way, I actually really want to see it. Like kind of what I devoted my account to. So if you don't know about this situation, which how could you not? It's resurfaced a couple times over the years. So there obviously we all know Melanie Martinez, this alternative singer who references a lot of childlike things in her music and like talks about a lot of like traumatic events and stuff, but it's kind of weird. She puts a lot of children in sexual situations almost, or she depicts children in sexual situations, even if it doesn't even like even if it isn't even like referencing SA, it'll still have them in a little interesting ways. But so basically, Melanie Martinez and Timothy Heller were friends, like they were best friends, inseparable. And honestly, was it like 2013? I don't actually know. But shoot, one time they were at a sleepover and Mel or they were at a sleepover and Melanie tried coercing Timothy into doing um, illicit things with her, and Timothy kept on saying no, that she had work in the morning and that her boyfriend wouldn't like it. And then the next night they were together again and they both got high, and Melanie started rambling on the same stuff, and um, Timothy never said yes. She was constantly making excuses, and in the end, Timothy did get SA'd by Melanie Martinez, allegedly, we say. But it's um, so that's kind of like the gist of it, and it took Timothy a couple years to realize that it was actually SA, and it was kind of like a traumatic response to deny it. And after a few years, Timothy came out talking about her SA, not referencing Melanie directly, and then eventually she did say that it was Melanie Martinez. Um, Timothy immediately got basically run off the internet. Not basically, she did get run off the internet. A bunch of lies were made up about her. People doxed her and her family and their phone numbers and where they lived. This prevented Timothy from getting a job later down the line. It ruined her music, acting, and modeling careers. Um, so basically, Timothy was left broke with no social media to stand on, run off the internet. Her entire life was ruined because she spoke up about her sexual assaulter, who just happened to me, well, happened to be Melanie Martinez, her previous friend. And Timothy spoke up about this during the Me Too movement. So Timothy never had the intention of putting Melanie behind bars, and pretty sure Timothy has said that herself as well. Um, so after the initial allegation, Melanie said, and if I can find the post, I'll put it right here. But she basically just said, she never said no to what we chose to do together. So she said she never said no, which is a very common phrase that I'm not even rapist use. Was I like cutting anything out earlier? I don't even know. I'm really tired. It's just a common phrase that rapists use. And so Melanie said this, and that phrase will come back later to bite us in the butt, or to bite both sides in the butt almost. It's kind of funny. I'm not even gonna try and be like nuanced. Screw that. If this is a commentary channel, I'm gonna comment my opinion. Because honestly, I should start calling it like argumentative channels if you aren't being like nuanced or something. I am not no Coco crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all my opinion. I have some grabs with that, but that's a video for another day. So after a bit, Timothy went on she did an interview where the interviewer basically asked for Timothy to pinpoint what time or what event the essay happened. So Timothy was traumatized. They stayed friends for a little while after because Timothy did not, she didn't clock it as being essay, even though it was very obviously. So basically, Timothy accidentally gave the wrong date because she was basing the date off of a photo that she believed that they had taken the same day. So there is actually a very common iPhone glitch. There will be times when the dates below the pictures are completely wrong. So that's basically what happened. And Melanie fans just started saying that Timothy had to be lying because she got the date wrong on accident because of an iPhone glitch. And Melanie then came out and was like, "Thank you to my fans for supporting me and outing her as a liar." So it went from she never said no to what we chose to do together, meaning that something did happen that night and consent was not involved according to Timothy, it went from something did happen to nothing happened, thank you for proving her a liar. What? So that's a big part of the situation that people are forgetting about recently. So that happened, and then a couple years later, recently in 2024, I believe, last summer 2024, Timothy came out again, and she came back with her story. She described how she was run off the internet for trying to talk about her rapist. Oh, rapist. Anywho, and she described how awful it was, all of the things that were done to her, all of the things that happened, all of the missed opportunities that it caused, and yeah, it's just really bad. And then, so basically, the Melanie Martinez fandom community, Glazers, that's a way better word. They constantly spread misinformation on the internet, deliberately, And so under my Pinterest post, there will be like 3, 4 made up fake photos that have been circulating around the internet for years and years and years. They have been proven to be photoshopped, they have been proven to be altered, and a lot of the people in it are fake, such as Sarah Morgan. That's a fake person. That's she's not real. And so I have gotten a lot of that stuff, basically just yapping about how Timothy admitted to lying. She never did. That was a false post. That photo circulated around. Um, it's like that stuff gets thrown around still to this day after it has been proven fake for years now. Years. So, I just wanted to talk about that because Melanie Martinez fans will just throw out the 3 fake things that they have, or the things that don't even matter. Like, they'll say that Timothy talking about it whenever Melanie is popular makes it to where she's just looking for fame. She got doxxed. She got all of this very negative attention. She got ran off the internet. She had her career destroyed. She cannot get a job anywhere. And y'all are saying that she's doing this for attention. Obviously, nobody's going to care about Timothy Heller whenever Melanie Martinez isn't popular. Like, it doesn't make sense. They say these things acting like it's a big, oh yeah, I got you, except it just makes them look dumber. And I also want to talk about how Melanie Martinez also has some other allegations. She has allegations of being an incredibly like unstable person from former people that she worked with, such as makeup artists, and she also has other coercion or SA allegations from 2 other people, which I have the names right here. Okay, oh, I found it. Okay. So, Timothy, Maddie, Karina, Stella Rose, and then also someone named Gina Fry spoke out about the allegations. And, so, yeah. Also, Melanie fans also have been spreading around this fat rumor that Timothy accused other famous people of SA, and for some reason that has stuck, and people just, I don't know, it really stuck as well. Like, a lot of this stuff is like he said, she said, and half of it is fake, which really makes the situation really frustrating to research. But in this case, I will say, the sketchiest part and the biggest, this actually happened, this isn't fake, this is still up to this day, is Melanie going against her word. And I will just say, if Melanie was actually innocent, maybe Melanie fans wouldn't feel the need to fake every single piece of evidence. And then I said that, I made a post saying that, I made a whisper, it was a shout. I made a whisper saying that, and half the comments underneath were, well, Timothy's also done some sketchy things. Timothy fans also lie and make up things, and then they can't tell me how, and then they make up excuses being like, well, you just won't listen, or I don't feel like it, or well, and then they'll just pull out the same fake excuses. Well, you can just look it up yourself. You're under my post, you tell me. If it really happened, I shouldn't, like, you should just be able to tell me outright. It's not like I'm going on my post being like, I'm not gonna explain anymore. No, I'm gonna actually tell you what I think and tell you the reasons why I think it. That they've been pulling out for years at a time. So there's actually been only one person who's been able to give me a little bit more. Not really that much. They were just blabbing the same things over and over and over again, but I'll look at it. Una momento 444. Okay, I found it. So, they said, so basically, oh shoot, basically, the reasons why Timothy has contradicted herself was because she didn't know whenever her and Melanie stopped being friends, which um Timothy referred to their abuser as he him. No, maybe in the initial post where she didn't say it was Melanie necessarily, but afterwards, like no. Um, after the allegations were released, she claimed that Melanie tried to contact her boyfriend. I don't really know. I don't know. And then Globe Lamp, apparently a former friend of Timothy's, released a video basically saying how Timothy released the allegations and that Timothy found it funny and was laughing at what they didn't really specify at what. And then they said that Globe Lamp also leaked text between Timothy and herself, basically exposing Timothy for being obsessed with the fame that Melanie had and constantly bringing up Melanie in their conversation. Melanie was a big part of Timothy's life, and Timothy was literally traumatized and essayed by Melanie and then ditched, basically. So even if that is true, there is a reasonable, like, that's not even a contradiction, that's just trauma. Um, and then it says, also worth noting, Timothy supports Globe Lamp's abuser as well as other very problematic people. Did you know that Melanie also does that too? Like, as well? A lot? Like, she buys her clothes from a child's play, I'm just gonna say, brand. Just gonna put that out. And that's like an actual thing. That's not fake and has base behind it. Um, what? This person said, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and also put this in the video, but said Timothy had claimed that she was essayed as they were laying in bed. She later says that Melanie essayed her while they played a SEX board game, which she thrifted. I'm gonna talk about this now, and then they also just talked about the mix-up of dates, which was explainable. Um, naughty dotty da. Oh, and then they started just saying that Timothy was just a bad person by basically saying she was the most racist, transphobic, anti-Semitic, and was a pedophile. I don't know where those bases are. If it's true, it's true. I'm not saying that. Whenever I'm talking about this allegation, by the way, I should have probably said this earlier. I might just insert a clip of me saying this in the beginning. But whenever I'm talking about this allegation, I'm not talking about it to be on Timothy's side per se, which I am on Timothy's side. I believe Timothy, but just because Timothy is a bad person doesn't mean that Melanie isn't. Um, a lot of these contradictions that this person is saying have nothing to do with the actual essay allegation and more have to do with Timothy's personal character. Just keep that in mind, that I am not advocating for Timothy's personal character. I am advocating for what Melanie did to Timothy. And I have to go take a break. I'm tired. Okay, I'm back. And now I'm going to talk about the SEX game. And there are actually pictures of them playing this game. And really it was obviously for fun. It was obviously a joke. It was literally handcuffs. And I find a lot of Melanie Martinez supporters will act like Timothy buying this game herself made it okay for Melanie to assault her. Like, made it as if Melanie would have thought that was okay. Timothy consented to playing the game, not for Melanie assaulting her. And for some reason, the contradictions that that person was saying, they're acting like where the essay takes place in the same location matters. Does it matter if it took place while playing a game, or does it matter that it took place on a bed? Which I believe Timothy just said that she bought the game and that, they were obviously playing it a little bit, but then afterwards that Melanie thought it was okay to do that. Which really, it just seems like Melanie didn't understand consent, as she said. She never said no. Not saying no doesn't mean a yes. Timothy very obviously was making excuses, as she claimed that she was. And really, Nobody was there. We don't know. But then again, it's always better to believe the victim and not run them off the internet. And since this is an SA case, one cannot be in the middle ground or try and stay undetermined. Those people who are always under my posts being like, actually, I don't care, and I'm just gonna say that I'm in the middle ground and I'm not on either one side, but I'm still gonna listen to Melanie Martinez and not promote Timothy in any way. So you're still promoting one and not the other. So you're promoting Melanie and not Timothy. That's kind of what I'm getting. Or if you're saying, yeah, I believe Timothy, but I'm still gonna listen to Melanie. You're actively giving her money unless you're like illegally listening to her music, which go ahead. So that's some stuff. And then there's also the fact that even if Timothy is lying, nobody can really say that anyone else was, or even if Timothy is a bad person, which I don't really know much about that, I will say. That is not an area I have expertise on, but it just sounds like a bunch of he said, she said for that. That doesn't disregard the other victims who have also detailed stories where Melanie coerced them to do something like that, which still does count as SA. So that's something. So all of the evidence supporting Mel can be easily disproven, and I have a lot of big things that say it. It's very common. Okay, I'm just gonna say it's very common for people who have experienced trauma to forget when their traumatic experience has happened. For the people who are still saying that Timothy has to be lying because you got the dates wrong, and then this person on my cellular device shared a story of the same iPhone glitch happening to them. I found that there are a lot of Melanie fans saying, well, why didn't she go to court? So other than the fact that this was during the Me Too movement and Timothy wasn't trying to get Melanie imprisoned, Timothy also had no job, had no money. She was a nobody, and Melanie is a millionaire. In court, who do you think is gonna win? The person with a public lawyer or the person who spends $1 million on a lawyer? Who's gonna win? Ding, ding, ding. It's the person who spends money. That's how it's gonna go down. And if there's not, nobody takes woman on woman essay seriously anyway. Why would a judge? It's like it wasn't the wanted effect, and the people saying that just need to actually look into it and not just say, well, she didn't go to court, so it doesn't even matter. Are we for real? Like, Timothy was never trying to like bring Melanie down whenever she was saying that she was coming out about something that happened to her. But what didn't need to happen was Timothy being run off the internet by psychotic, parasocial Melanie Martinez fans, which Melanie Martinez has a bunch of other, not even allegations, just things, especially with like children, or not like her talking to children, but more like her just sexualizing children, I would say. So that's a big thing. There are a ton of more recent videos on it. I would say go look at the Coco Crazy videos, because they go in some, and they actually like look at all the stuff. I'm just sitting here yapping in front of the screen getting really angry. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. I already filmed today. I filmed the Pitbull video today, and it's like 10:30 right now, and I got 6 hours of sleep last night, and I think my 3 cups of coffee has worn off. So yeah, kind of deepy. So I'm gonna look at a couple of my posts and some of the comments underneath. I have also found that Melanie Martinez has had a large effect on people who are not really doing well inside. So I'm just gonna say that like that, but under some of my posts, it'll be like, I'm sorry that I support somebody who was there for me whenever my parents weren't. Melanie doesn't know you if you genuinely have a very parasocial relationship with this, how old is Melanie? 30-year-old woman. Then I think you genuinely need to seek help outside of a celebrity and your parents if they aren't obviously listening. So that's awful. Um, you're just another one of her millions of listeners. You're just another dollar in her pocket. You're just another person who buys her overpriced merch. Um, I salute. I salute the people who see Melanie or used to see Melanie as a very comforting presence in their life. I salute the people who stopped supporting her after they found out about the allegations. I hate the word allegations because it just, I get the word allegation is a very important word, especially if it is an allegation, but sometimes with a case such as this, the word allegation can kind of just like infantilize the victim and make it seem like they're lying or make it seem like the case isn't that serious, which allegation, since it's not actively being disputed in a court of law or is not past that, and then it's an allegation. So, oh look, it's somebody under my post saying, oh, y'all can't even read it, it's backwards, saying that Timothy raped someone and then not giving any evidence, not giving any proof after how many months? How many months since we asked her to? 7? 7 months. And then somebody underneath came out with a link saying that the girl came out on Reddit and admitted to lying. And there is an actual link. It's not just a he said, she said. So that's crazy. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. What the fuck? I don't recall saying that a month ago, but like, this person said there's no way in hell Melanie could have done that without consent. Okay, what I said under that kind of wasn't right. Because I just said, I'm sorry, but she did. Nothing really else. I was replying to a comment saying that since Timothy bought the game and consented to playing the game as a joke, then that means Melanie wouldn't have done it. And that it doesn't matter. Bro, that's so real. There's just somebody saying, Tim has done way worse than Mel, in quotations, did. Said that 9 months ago. That's an entire baby. Nothing else, as we said, such as we've reminded them, and they haven't actually come out with anything. Oh, dang. Oh. Guys, do not watch the Piper Sweeney video. It's just victim blaming and misinformation. It's 6 years old, and the creator of the video changed their view and support Timothy now. Just by the way. Just by the way. Ooh. Icon. I can't say anything else. Okay, I will say, even if the allegations are true, or false, what? Even if the allegations are false, which I don't know. I have nothing riding on these allegations. I got no bets or nothing. I don't actually care. Except I kind of do. But this is going to be my longest video, by the way. In case you're still here, which most of y'all aren't. Y'all click off my videos after like a minute, by the way. So that's really fun. So even if the allegations are false, Melanie is still a very money-hungry person. She makes her fans spend obscene amount of money on her crappy merch and then blames it on the person who makes it, which she can find a different person. She's already rich enough. Her concert tickets are really expensive. AI fake meet and greets, $400. And she sued a company for putting Crybaby on a necklace. Whenever that's just a thing. Crybaby has been a term forever. Just in case y'all didn't know. Oh dang. Ooh, why is this person under my post? Ew. What does that even say? Never hate on someone's idol. It could be the only reason they're alive. Saying is by Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande says that. Well, their idol is a rapist. So, let's see. Have I said anything? Nope. Somebody said, "Hey, creator of this post, I just want to let you know you're being very insensitive. Now, I'm not hating, but you don't have to be rude. Have a nice day." I will have a nice day. Thank you. I replied that like a month ago. I forgot that I said that, but it is not being rude if I'm being blunt. If I'm being blunt about a serious situation and I'm being blunt about your parasocial relationship with somebody that you do not know and who will never know you, or you think that you know them, but you don't, especially if that person has many allegations against them and is just not a bad person, am I okay? And it's just not a great person if you look at them in a total. No, it is not being rude to be blunt, okay, about this. It is not being rude to look at something at its face value and tell you what it is, because you obviously can't see it. Oh, icon. People really hate me for this post. No, I have all the proof that she's innocent. And then they share nothing. Bro, this person really summed it up. This person said, "Melanie is not a bad person. Timothy has lied as she was the one who bought the game. Timothy came out about buying the game. It's not like she was lying about it." And then somebody underneath said, "So if I buy Candyland or something, but I don't want to play anymore, I'm obliged to play. I can't say no or change my mind halfway." Bro, freaking Palestinian flag, LMA, 4 O's, and then, yeah, I need to breed you. They ate so much. I can't even, like, ew. This person is saying that since it's been 10 years since the incident, that since it's not resolved, that it was fake. This person just said, "Timothy is literally a child diddler, racist, and she forced her friends to watch corn with her." Edit. I still have the same opinion on Timothy, but I don't support anyone now. And they show no proof. And they use this picture. Don't use my blue emoji guys like that, girl. I love that. I feel like I'm in like the trenches right now. There are 216 comments on this. There isn't. Okay, I might leave it here. I might just sit here more, but there is no evidence really for Melanie that makes sense, but there is evidence against her. Keep that in mind. I made it through the comments, guys. I made it out alive. Dude. They're saying that this photo of Timothy flipping off a cave woman in a museum means that she's racist. You're comparing a cave woman to a black person? and then saying that since Timothy is flipping off the cave woman, that means Timothy is flipping off a black person just because they're black, and that means that she's a racist. That's what I'm getting. Wow. The assault happened after the game, by the way. Um, why is this person getting so much love while I get all the hate? Anyway, so in total, Melanie has a lot of allegations that have a lot of base to stand on. Melanie Martinez fans are parasocial. This is my longest video. Nobody's watching all the way through because y'all hate me, I'm pretty sure. Nobody's gonna see this. I can say whatever I want. I feel I'm tired. I'm kind of going unhinged. Ew. Why did I say that? Anywho, I have to edit this video a lot, and I should not have made it at this point because the switch is off, bro. I'm so blunt. I'm so tired of these Pinterest girl fans, crazy, parasocial, awful people under my posts defending a rapist and spreading lies and misinformation. So, bye, guys. I think, yeah, I might make a part two. I still have a lot of stuff to go over.